Hey. Oh, wow. My mic's real hot, huh? Dang. Oh, my. I think that's better. Okay. Welcome. I'm Francis, and today we're going to make some... I see the overload light flashing on my Moog. So that's a good sign, right? I'll turn that off and turn my external signal volume. I forgot that I was sending all of my audio out of out of Reaper into my synth. So it's delightful. It's nice visual candy, but whatever. Hey, Nicolay. How are you on this fine day that exists outside of space and time because it's on YouTube, and everyone's at a different time in the world? So, as people are trickling in, I want to point them to a giveaway that I'm doing, getting rid of that Casio finally. And as many of you know, I sampled the shit out of it, so I still have access to the sounds that I liked from it, and it's time to pass it on to someone else. So find that video I uploaded this morning if you want to enter to win that. Hopefully the giveaway is legal in your country, because it's void where prohibited. And I think that means Canadians can't do it. And maybe Sweden, there's some problems as well. So anyway, check your local laws. What's up, Colin? Welcome. So anyway, I digress. Today I'm going to be making fantasy music. I'm imagining from the perspective of developing music for a game or film, sort of like fantasy themed sword and sorcery. Maybe it'll be kind of dungeony. Maybe it'll be kind of like overland movement theme music, but fantasy is the idea. I love fantasy. I've got this writing tool here, Reverby Piano, and I don't like piano that much. I think I've said that before, but it's a great tool for writing music because it's got all these notes. And with a bunch of reverb, you can kind of imagine that the notes are trailing off into each other. Do cool stuff with it. So at the starting point, I've also got this and this. So I probably won't need that, but it's still fun. And I've also got my soda. I don't know what this is. It's really good though. Halabong flavored soda drink. I got this at H Mart. It's delicious. And if we get a bunch of people in here, I've got an unboxing break to do in the middle of the stream. So if you see that I've been doing this for 45 minutes and I haven't opened the box up, bug me about it, because... Oh, that's the wrong scene. Anyway, I've got this really cool box. I know what's in it, but most of you don't. And maybe if we open the box, we can use the item inside the box for the stream because it's a musical equipment gear piece. Good day, Jeff. Is it Jeff or Joff? I'm never quite sure how to pronounce names. And I guess you're in chat, so it might be hard to tell me. But anyway, let's get started. I'm going to jump over to this scene, and you can see this box here. It's going to be like staring at us. Open me, open me. And essentially, I've got a track for these instruments. And okay, so it's Jeff. Cool. And that works. That's a good pronunciation, phonetic approach. And I've got my writing tool piano here, which is I changed my contact instrument to default to having this piano with reverb on it. So that's just, I was finding myself needing an instrument on there whenever I clicked that, and I just changed that. So that's what we got. The next question is, where do we start? Where do we start when we're writing a fantasy theme? Some people start there. Some people might start on the third. A lot of other places. And Colin says, also, this music will be a great soundtrack for assembling D&D terrain. I hope so. If it's not, that means that we've failed. But for now, we're going to try to succeed. And to succeed, ooh, I figured out the other problem. The reason my mic sounded weird is because my speakers were on. So that should be better now. Okay. We will win. I always play a D first. That's just kind of where I go. Hey, John, welcome. Nope. I think what we do is I hit record and start playing and see if any of it feels good. That's always as good a starting point as any. So I'm going to hit record and I'm going to turn my mic off and play for a little bit. You know what? Sometimes the first thing your hand falls on feels good. That's as good a theme as any. So that's the theme we're going to work with. Sometimes I dwell on these ideas for a very long time, but I can't do that if I'm streaming because I have sort of a time limit on it. And I recommend, if you have trouble writing music, to find a way to give yourself a time limit to make the decisions. Really makes a difference. So, tempo. I'm on the wrong thing, huh? Where's my stupid thing? Oh, there it is. I was pushing the wrong button for my tap tempo. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. And that's all we need as a starting point. I'm not too much of a piano player, so basically what that means is that I will rely on my computer and multi-tracking to make this sort of work. And we've got this, God, I keep seeing this. Whenever I see this, I have to drink it. It's good. Ooh, I also have gummy worms. I've been trying to equip myself for these streams and make sure that I'm very happy with my situation. And I think I'm going to quantize this to start with to 100% strength. I don't like using 100% strength when I'm finalizing a track, but when I am writing it, I like to have stuff on the grid. So that's what's going on there. And now I can trim the edges and figure out my phrase length here. It's pretty standard. This is going to be easy to write, actually. I think this one might write itself. And this is what we've got after quantizing. Oh yeah, Nicolay, the tap tempo button is great. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to experiment with harmony. This is the root. I am thinking this is like shoot, you know what I didn't do is I think I want to quantize this to a different value. Let's do this. So this is my root. I'm in D something. God damn it. Oh, it's on. I had it on triplet. That's kind of funny. I'm just not even paying attention to my grid. What is going on? Straight. Oh, straight. I see. Okay. I can't even remember how I set my buttons up. Okay, this might work now. Hopefully. I'm just making a mess. So, D. And starting with notes that are in the D scale. Just to see which ones I like. That one sounds cool. I like that one too. And these should all sound okay. Ooh. This next one's gonna be good. And then this one's gonna be a little weird. And then after this, we can think about chromatic notes that might sound good. This B feels good usually. It's like sort of, especially if you jump down a little bit. Yeah, I'm liking the B flat the most, I think. So I'm gonna loop this a couple of times and try jumping in here with a B flat. And I'm gonna put this on another melody, another track, because I'm gonna change these instruments in a little bit probably. Okay, so we got a harmony part. Maybe it'll work. And Colin's asking about my diet. And oh, the side mouse button. I kind of like that. My mouse has just two clicks and a scroll wheel. So really simple mouse. I've thought about having one of those gamer mouses with all this stuff on it and like feeling like I can control my entire DAW from the mouse. But I kind of like using the keyboard. I have my numpad 3 is my tap tempo on my keyboard, but make it whatever you want. And Colin's asking about my diet, which is whatever I want to eat. I have a terrible diet. Watch me eat gummy worms to prove it. Yeah. I've also got this stuff. These are good. I actually eat healthy food too, but gummies. And asking about the scale. How did I get that scale? What's D minor scale? I'm working in the key of D minor. If you want to find that and you're not sure how, easiest way is in your DAW. Let me just make this, it's under the keyboard right now. If you just go key snap D minor, that's what I'm using. I just have those memorized. I went to school for music and music theory and composition and stuff like that. And when I'm trying to make music that's like very much in line with something that's, you know, sort of sounds like Western tonal music, then starting with a scale is a good place to start. But that's not usually my approach, but this one just feels like that would be an appropriate stance. So that's where I'm starting. But any of those types of scales, if you're interested in finding like a tool, like a pitch structure to work with, I recommend looking up scales or just digging through the key snaps in your DAW, all kinds of stuff like that. Once you have these things memorized, you can, play along with them. There's that extra note, the B, that I was saying might be cool. That becomes Dorian. But with B flat, it's just D minor. Okay, so this box is staring at me. We're going to have to open that today for sure. And the diet is dangerous. It probably is. You're right. I try to avoid this kind of stuff most of the time. I had a healthy, balanced breakfast today. Coffee, eggs, onions, bell peppers, bagel, cream cheese, probably something else. I can't remember. Water, lots of water. Hydrate or dihydrate. And Colin says, like the stream. Thanks for telling everyone to like the stream. Yeah, like the stream. And go look at my video from this morning and enter to win my Casio so I can give it to someone to make Dungeon Synth with it. So here's what I got. So what I'm doing here is I'm sort of extending the phrase length. A bad note in there. And I'm doing that with the harmony. So I'm choosing different notes on this repeat to make the same melodic phrase feel different. And I'm essentially extending this theme. And now I kind of want this to feel like a different thing. What instrument should that be? Let's use something in the factory library. Bassoon is the best instrument. What does it sound like here? Probably bad. Maybe not bad. I am kind of like imagining this having like strings on top, and I'm loving the idea of Mellotron strings. We're going to run with the bassoon. Not the best, not the worst. And this needs to be, Colin said tenor trombone in the chat. I think you were talking about the melody, but let's choose. What do you sound like, Contra Bassoon? Too low of notes, probably. Let's make that accompaniment like strings. Brass ensemble. Let's do that. John says, I feel like this would be cool to use blue on if you have access to it. I don't know what blue is. Tell me what blue is in the chat, and I will probably not have it, but... Okay, here we go. Realizing Blue, Real Vox. I don't have that, but I'm looking it up real quick. Huh. Oh, cool. It's this thing, the sort of like vocal synthesizer thing. These low notes don't work. Yeah. We're gonna pull all this stuff up by an octave then. And here, I kind of want this to extend to do something else. Something like that. And we can go like do like the sort of fantasy trope thing of having like a sort of a drop. America Vocaloid. God, Vocaloid stuff is so cool. I need to practice it more. My friend Andre makes a lot of Vocaloid stuff, and it's so good. I'm working on a track with them. It's going to take forever to finish it, but I'm excited. So here, let me just add some Mellotron to this and see how it feels. I'm going to improvise this. It might work, it might not. Okay, that was tolerable. We're sticking to it. Nothing like a little bit of Mellotron. Just because this will be funny. Welcome to the realm of science fiction. We're not doing that. But what we are going to do is add some percussion probably. Let's call these what they are. Brass. What was this? I think I said oboe. And this one's going to be percussion. And we're going to continuing to use factory library, just because I don't want to load this stuff. These are better down here, but they take forever to load. And on live stream, I don't trust my computer to tolerate this stuff. And if people stop mining cryptocurrency, I'll be able to afford parts for a new computer. So if you're one of my friends that likes crypto, thanks for not mining it. Thanks for just investing and being normal about it. This rant is brought to you by unboxing video at 1:35. No, we'll probably wait longer than that. Orchestral percussion. All percussion, Asian percussion, bass drum. Bass drum. I feel like that's like bass drum. Yeah. Let's do this. I need to get a stream deck, huh? Wit block, cymbals, snare drums, bass drum, all percussion. Why did I do that? I did not want to load that. You know what? I should stop being indecisive and just use the one that I always start with. I love, oh my God, the toms in this are so awesome. We're just going to do that. Tom ensemble. Mega dynamics, yeah. And in here, is this loaded yet? Yeah, okay. I'm good with that. Well, let's start right here. We're just going to make a fucking gnarly groove here. I'm on step record. Whoops. Okay. Something like that will be fine probably, right? Just as a starting point. Make this like mega volume. This whole thing should be offset a little bit. Yeah, something like that maybe. Cool. And this last one needs that same thing. Okay, now we've got a percussion groove, and we're gonna just do something cool with this, and the brass is gonna take the melody, so this is gonna happen over here, right here, and this is gonna happen in octaves. So we're now orchestrating. And let's make this loud as hell. Just mega ultimate brass. Okay, that'll work. And Eldamar uses it with great effect. I don't know Eldamar. I'm just lost in space here. What's an album to recommend? I'll write that down in another tab. I have like a tab of notes from the stream over here. Eldamar. Cool. Norwegian atmospheric black metal ambient, very inspired by J.R.R. Tolkien. Cool. I'll check them out. I was talking about Tolkien earlier, and that's not that common for me. I know a lot of people probably talk about Tolkien all the time, but I was talking about Tolkien. I always think of dwarven. Like in D&D, it's dwarvish, but Tolkien is dwarven, and he was like, I think the first person to use dwarven, like, and change the consonant from F to V. So it's like a consonant gradation thing for the extension of the word. Kind of cool. Okay, so not a lot of albums. Oh, The Force of Ancient Land. Let me see if that one came up. Yeah, that's the first one that came up. So I don't need to change my search. And kind of like summoning, but you're like, okay, cool. Summoning's rad. And wonderful. Here I want to change. You'll notice that the brass doesn't really like translate this melody very well, with the drums especially. That's because brass takes longer to get to full volume. So what we're going to do is to adjust these note lengths so that we don't have all those repeated notes. We could also change the articulation, but I'm lazy and I'm just sort of demoing this out, because if I like it, I'll re-record it in a way that takes much, much longer than a live stream. So let's see if this is better. It's terrible. Needs a lot of work. I think that we'll make it work, but for now, this is bad. I'm just not happy with that drum groove. I'm gonna come back to the percussion groove. Yeah, Tolkien is overused in Dungeons. I completely agree. It's like, let's find some other stuff, Earthsea or something like that to inspire ourselves with. Tolkien can't really be overdone, but it can definitely be overdone in one context. And I'm not interested in making anything Tolkien inspired at this point. I've done it before, and I don't really need to come back to it. Let's put this Mellotron in. Well, maybe not. Maybe we want some other instruments. What goes with this? I've got this bassoon. This is bassoon, not oboe. We're going to use this same accompaniment, I think. Why is that so off? Okay. This can be... that's the string section kind of a thing. Let's pick strings. I want a string ensemble, orchestral, strings, all of it. String ensemble. This is sort of a writing tool thing. Usually you want to separate your string sections so you can write more cleverly for them. And another thing I'm doing here is just checking out how this stuff overlaps. And you can see that this is just a ton of overlapping, and I'd rather have this stuff live in its own register. So I'm going to take this down an octave if I can. I don't know how low this is, but... Do we have this note? Nope. So this is going to have to be... Oh. Whoops. So I changed the articulation by accident. Let's just do this in octaves. All right. Now we aren't overlapping. And our articulation should be like arco, which means bowed. I had it on like spiccato or something like that. And what do we got here? Dark Souls themed dungeon synth. That sounds awesome. And Library Jade Orchestra. Not familiar, but I will look that up too. Okay, let's hear this. A little bit of articulation would help, but cool. I kind of like that. Needs a little bit more. I think this needs to be harmonized. Okay, that'll do. And that's going to be doubled. So right there, I was just adding a melody a third down, and I'm sort of staying in the key. That would be quick with key snap. Again, I'm just doing that by ear. Personally, I've been practicing that stuff for a long time, but key snap makes that really easy if you aren't sure what I was doing there. And what do we got here? Korg M1 VST. I heard that's a really good one. Korg M1 VST. Oh yeah. I've seen that one before. I haven't used it yet, but I Might download that actually after this stream. I just pulled that up in another browser tab. My workflow is like, I just live under a rock and I try to make my work public, and then I let people say like, hey, this reminds me of this. I'm like, cool, new thing to like. And same with music production, is I started learning so much about like plugins and stuff that I hadn't heard of before because of doing this. People are like, hey, you should try this, and I love it. Thank you for recommending stuff. Everyone that recommends stuff. And the piano version of the melody doesn't book in the song. Wasted opportunity. And let's just hear this from here, from the beginning. I kind of like it. The whole thing is a little bit too damn fast. 130. Let's try that. Oh, fuck. I think it was like there. And then that would have been to there. That would have gone to there. Hopefully I didn't mess up that alignment. Oh, so the Korg M1 I'm looking at right now is, it's not free. Is it? Yeah, I don't think it's free. I'll look into it and decide if I want to buy it or not. It's almost like one of those kind of songs that something like that maybe. I don't know what to do with the percussion yet. I'll think about that. For now, let's focus more on the melodic content. I kind of want to go somewhere else after this. With different instruments. Maybe like a plucked stringy kind of a thing might be cool. What if I used a guitar? Would that be weird? I never do this, but that's always a good reason to try. Give it like a... This is gonna be weird. I'm not gonna set up a mic. I kind of like the idea of doing like a, almost like a Larian Studios kind of a thing. Like all of their RPGs have like battle music that does this, basically. I'm gonna give it a shot. Again, this is just a demo, not setting up a new mic. So it's gonna be kind of weird because I'm just using my vocal mic, but we'll make it work. That click is not loud enough for me right now. Dude, what's the rhythm of this? I need more to play along with here. I'm going to give myself like a percussion groove because the rhythm I've got here is not... I'm not happy with it. Let's just make it like extreme. Bop-a-dop-a-da. And Skid, welcome Skid. Sample the guitar. Not right now. Maybe later. Okay, this is gonna be my groove. And I'm sticking to it. That, along with the click, should be enough to play along with and do something fun with the guitar. Very much corny, cheesy fantasy ballad music right here. This is not going to work with this mic. Do I have another mic? No, I've got to make it work. We're going to go up here, and I'm going to play the guitar right in front of the mic. I think it's funnier if I do it in this view, because you can see how ridiculous it is. Okay, and we're going to sample a guitar groove because I don't feel like writing something right now. And I'm going to use a piece of that because it sounded really cool, and I can imagine playing along with it. All about finding stuff that inspires you. Back to, what's it called? This one. No, probably this one. And I think that we can deal with this being here and being really loud. Probably compress the living shit out of this. Which compressor do we use? I still have Massey CT5. What? I shouldn't have clicked on that. There's a trap. I don't have it anymore. Okay, cool. I'm glad everything didn't crash. I hate it when that happens. I'll just use this and pick stuff. Let's just do... That's going to be the loop. And this won't come in immediately. I feel like that'll be like after the loop. We'll just put a bunch of new instruments in. It's going to be super cool. Yeah. Okay. And I wonder what that feels like coming out of this part. Nikolai says kind of Toolish. I like the LOL after that. I don't like Tool very much. They're incredible musicians, but I don't like the songs. just going to throw a melody on top of that. To make your melodies expressive, use a mod wheel or fader banks. Probably okay. This guy can turn down. And here we will do this. But I'm just doing that to keep the register that we're playing in. And move these notes to what I want them to be. Fuck that. Is this gonna work? Hello? Maybe it's over orchestrated. Fuck it. Looping that shit. And then the percussion probably needs to be turned down. I went over the board with it, over the top. Let me just make sure I'm not going completely out of whack here. Playing from the beginning, catch up on the chat. What do we got here? Bagpipes. Holy shit, bagpipes would be kind of cool over this. I might mess with that. I don't like bagpipes that much, but I think the bassoon is sort of serving the same purpose right now. And then John says, I think the guitar hits a little too suddenly. Let the brass go like one bar longer before you hit the guitar. I think you're probably right, and we probably actually want to do something a little bit more like this in that transition. Like taking this kind of a concept. And half a bar. Oh, that's I did a lot longer than half a bar, but we'll see if this works out. Let's split the difference. And the Gengar sweater. Yeah, I love it. That's really different, but let's just remember that this is a demo. And if we like the concepts, we turn it into a full song. So I'm not too worried about it sounding super different. Is it time to do the unboxing? Let's keep this going. Oops. I'm gonna just try playing some Mellotron over the top, see how that feels. kind of like it. Yeah, let's unbox this thing. Where are we? Normal, extreme clips. Oh, hello. Nope. Where are you? Here we go. I'm gonna I'll put the music on for this. This will be the theme song for the unboxing. And it'll go to here. This will be a really bad loop. I hope it doesn't loop. I guess I better turn the music down if I'm going to have it be in the background. So, okay. My trusty blade. I've got a better idea. This is a more trustier blade. This is really hard. I'm gonna damage my stuff. I can't do that. Where's my angle? There it is. I'll use a regular knife. Okay. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, I should do this like a beat drop. Okay. What did I get in the mail? Look at this cool box. Designed and built in California, USA. You're describing the Mellotron as pale, Colin? I think it's a bit brittle. It's kind of a weird sound. One of my favorite instruments. Check this out. Maris. I guess. Where is it? This is not sponsored at all. I did it. I bought a Maris Mercury 7. Oh god. Isn't it beautiful? It's like huge. It'll probably sit there. And I'll probably need to read the directions before I actually do anything with it. And connect power, so I don't think I'll be able to use it on this stream. It's a reverb though. It's a beautiful, beautiful sounding reverb. Did a lot of research and found that that was the one that I think I wanted. So hopefully I'm right. Oh man. These controls are pretty awesome too. I kind of like it. Let's throw some brass in. that maybe. I might just draw that in. That drum rhythm is really hard for me to follow mentally. Oh, I've got that bar of 2. You know, for the sake of demoing this, I'm going to get rid of that pause, and we'll stitch these together later. 1, 2. Is that right? Oh no. There we go. Okay, cool. I'm going to draw these notes in. Something like this. And these are the notes I played. I just played them out of rhythm. And I don't feel like learning the part because I just came up with it. Yeah, let's do that. And see how this feels in context. That's kind of cool. I feel like it can just loop, and then right here, everything is cut off all at once except for the guitar. And we can experiment with that later. Cool. And Colin is saying might be worth using a riser before the drop. I agree. I don't think that that's going to be like a right now thing though. I don't know how I would want to stitch these two parts together at this point. And right now it's just sort of writing tools. And the way I normally do this is essentially like, here's one version and here's another version. And I would try like different connections. Like what does it sound like going right into it with like a riser? Just like one beat. Something like that, and adding a bar, I think, is like kind of rad. In that context, yeah, I would probably jump into my Media Explorer and find a something used as a riser. I think that this is like probably a good place to look. Maybe like, are there risers in here? I don't think this is the right library for that. Impact. And pick an impact of some kind. Yeah. Yeah, like that. And essentially resample something like this. Maybe even like flip it around. And it goes there. So like this, maybe. And even layering it with another one. And yeah, just like adjust the volumes of these to taste. A little bit too much, but that's the general idea. And then what I would do is like essentially try that same idea in the context of the other version and see which one I like more. Like in this one, I think it would probably do like a stretch this bad boy out kind of a thing and see how that feels. That was not where I expected it to be. So yeah. That's kind of cool too. So anyway, I would just make multiple versions of the song and see which one I like. But for now, I'm sort of doing this as like a writing experiment where I'm essentially demoing the song out and figuring if there's live instruments in it, I make a demo before I do it, because like this guitar part, if I'm not 100% committed to it, I don't want to record it, and I'd probably use a different mic anyway. So in the context of this, I can't in good conscience say that this is done or it's an arrangement or I'll release the song, or even, use the ideas from it. But in this case, I do like the melody. and I like the exploration and the exposition and like sort of the places that we took it. But now we sort of need to find a way back to this main theme from this like combat theme, I guess is what it sounds like to me. And I want to do one more composition tool. I've got another half hour or so that I want to stream. And essentially what it's going to be is that theme exploration where I take the same idea and do something completely different with it. This part's pretty cool. With a little bit more orchestration, it might be super like epic sounding. This is like bothering me a little bit. Yeah. So what I'm thinking, something that composers, including myself, often do is take a melody or a theme they like and let me get my keyword up here. And take that concept and slow it down. Let's do this as a string melody. And I'm gonna pull this stuff over way further so it doesn't get in my way. And essentially what you do is you come up with like a rhythmically independent kind of a thing. So right there, that'll be, it's clearly related to the first melody, but it's definitely not the same notes, right? It's got some modifications in rhythm, it's a lot slower, and if we take something like that and ornament it with whatever other instruments we're using, we're gonna end up with something that feels like it belongs in the same song and is quite different, and it might be a good way to come out of this. You know, hell, maybe it sounds good over that guitar ostinato. Yeah, that kind of works actually. I probably should have snapped it differently on the grid, but maybe we'll start fitting the brass in. Kind of, I'm gonna stick it over here. I don't want to deal with trying to make it work with the guitar for now. That was a nice idea. Or maybe even low brass. Yeah, I like that actually, walking the brass down. Something like that. It's rhythmically a little bit ambiguous right now, which I like and dislike. It's going to make it take longer to write, which isn't good when you're live streaming, but I think what we need to do is get this string part lined up with our grid better. Like that here. Might as well be like on the grid. Make our life easier. Let's take this stuff, put it over here. Hello, hello. And this should be on, yeah, I want these to change like on the bars. So this stuff, let's just do that. And this can be like the same note. Organize, organize, organize. Cool. That'll probably work. And let's see how that feels. Hey, Error, what's up? Welcome. I kind of want that note sooner. I liked that a lot, actually. Yeah. Okay, I'm liking that a lot. It's working out. And now we can see if it sort of works with this ostinato. I'm going to try to imagine the notes aren't there, because I think the notes are going to feel wrong, but the rhythm of having a guitar over it might be cool. It's too busy. Maybe having percussion over it, maybe. Yeah, okay, so the percussion is going to take over the guitar. And we're going to, I think, take this melody and give it to the bassoon as well. High notes only. Let's see how this feels. Direct transition back in. Probably got awful. No. Cool. That answers the question. So, I've got 3 sections now here, and I've got this alternate version here, which is probably better overall, but I'm gonna mark these off and say like short transition. Spelling stuff wrong because it doesn't matter. We're gonna call this main theme. This is almost sonata form if you're a music nerd. That's great. Chorale theme. This is like a chorale version of the same theme. A chorus might be cool, like a choir. And then this is like our combat. And then after that, we have our recapitulation. It's messy. It's very messy, but it might work. And then right here, we need just silence. Strings playing a D. Like a long one. And of course, that's insanely loud. Is it mod wheel? What makes it mod wheel? Why is that so loud? Oh. Velocity, maybe? Yeah. Let's pull that down. And then, I had an idea, but it's going to require a change of setup, so I'm not going to do it. I'll try to do it with a different instrument. This is like the cheesy thing, right? You add the piano to the end, like free time piano. Let's try it. Whoops. And I don't know, something might be cool with that. Maybe we found a use for the piano. Kind of nice. Defeated Sourceman says it's nice. I was thinking we could get back here, but maybe we won't. The place that I do see that being a possibility, though, is right on that change here. It might be cool to have this sort of matched up. Oops, cancel. With the repeat. Too much Mellotron. And then you can go go really hard with it. Have the string orchestra come back in. And maybe if the brass did something too, might be cool. Oh, the brass is already doing stuff, so we'll just leave that out for now. Do the Final Fantasy or something like that. Oh man, it's kind of fun. I don't know. It's pretty solid. I am probably as done as I'm going to be for now. My next step is to like just shred this apart and think about it out of the context of what I've done. Like, would it be better with different instruments? Should I take these melodies and turn them into a rock song? Should I make it more like lo-fi or like dungeon synth kind of sound, or more like a video game with like all synthesizers? Or should I like lean into this and do it with like really nice samples and actually go through and program the parts carefully? So lots of options. I think that since I put the piano back in, let's just bring the piano back in the beginning and see how that feels. And that might be cool, actually. Let's do this and see how that feels. Pulling the volume back a little bit. Okay, gonna listen to it. Bug me in the chat if you've got some questions. I guess I need to do a separate video on this. I was really hoping that that I'd get to use this, and then I realized that I would need to connect a power supply. I guess I could unplug this. No, that's going to take too much work. It'll be easier if I do this in a separate video. Maybe I'll do a live stream making music with this on Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday night live stream we'll use Maris Mercury 7, and we'll make some dungeon synth with it. I think we can probably, this might have enough controls to make music just with this and like one sound source. So that could be a cool challenge. Oh, it sounds good too. Listen to that knob. Anyway, here's the song. Bombard me in chat with questions if you've got any. Otherwise, enjoy. I will do some light mixing and turn my mic off so you can really hear it nicely. It's okay. I apologize for missing my scene change on that. You were just watching me like bounce around on the keyboard and mouse when I was doing changes, and I was doing some mixing. I'll show you some of the stuff. Some EQ on the guitar, a little bit of EQ on I don't even know what else on a mix bus. I did a lot of EQ on the bassoon just to make it stick out a bit more, just so I can hear the parts better. What else did I do? Oh, this stuff wasn't even in the bus. Let's dump that in there. See what happens. And yeah, Defeated Swords of Me. I ended up more like a video game than a movie, which I kind of like. I like the way video games treat music more than the way movies treat music most of the time. And I think I mentioned that like this guitar part, it's very much like Larian Studios, like Divinity, kind of a approach to exciting music, combat music, stuff like that. So that is all the time I've got. I've got commitments at 3 o'clock today. So we're doing an hour and a half. If there's any more questions, dump them in the chat real quick, because I am going to break off and leave. I never got to use the Moog in this either, which is disappointing. And if anyone's wondering what the sound is, no oscillators are on. I'm just feeding a cable into the back, and that's just amplifying the sound of the cable going in the back. I'm excited to try this. Awesome. Okay. Well, that will be all then, folks. Thank you so much for coming, as usual. And I will be here again on Tuesday. And on Tuesday night, we will be exploring the Maris Mercury 7, I think, just because I opened that today and I'm disappointed I didn't get to use it. So it'll probably be a lot of Mellotron and a lot of Maris Mercury 7 on Tuesday night. We'll probably make ambient music, space ambient, maybe like people compare that pedal to sounds in like Blade Runner, so we'll see. Very like probably sci-fi-ish space ambient music on Tuesday night. And Error, you came in earlier than right at the end, so you got a little bit of this stream. But yeah, it's 8 p.m. PST on Tuesdays and 1 p.m. PST on Saturdays is the current schedule. So I'm going to try to stick to that as much as I can. But as we know, life happens sometimes. But that's the schedule, and I'm just trying to make myself be able to plan ahead for it. And hopefully it helps other people plan ahead for it if you want to show up. Yeah, Defeated Swordsman. I've got, I'll put it in the chat here. Twitter. And then Instagram. Yeah, Instagram is the same as YouTube. I've got a Discord server too. If you're really nice, you can join that. Bug me on one of those other platforms for the Discord though. And Facebook. There's Facebook. It's like Francis Roberts Music or something. I don't remember. I don't use the Facebook one that much. I think that's most of it, right? YouTube's the most active one right now. The other ones are mostly just posting YouTube links. I'll start swelling in the music here as we end. 2:30. Awesome. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. I'll see you